Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kate, or I go by AlwaysMoreSims here on YouTube. And today we are just kind of taking a full, complete overlook at the Sims 4 Make Your Own Business and Have a Couple Hobbies expansion pack. So I typically, if you're familiar with my channel, when a new pack releases, whether it's a game pack, expansion pack, well, really, if it's just those two, I will do something called a week of WoW, and so I take 5 days and completely devote pretty much everything on my channel to the new pack. So we'll have a day that's normally focused on create a sim, we'll have a day that's typically focused on build, buy, and if there's a new world, we'll focus on the world and just kind of look at all that fun stuff. And then days 3 and 4 are committed to gameplay, depending on what the pack comes with. And then the 5th day is my final thoughts, overall review. And right about the time that this pack released, I got really sick. I had what I think it started as bronchitis, and then it evolved into probably the worst, walking pneumonia. I've never had walking pneumonia, so it's not like I really have much to compare it to, but I got pretty sick, and it really affected me being able to record, especially because now I have had a cough before, okay, and this is probably one of the worst coughs I've ever had. It completely took my voice. I had no voice for a few days, for like 3 to 4 days. Then it started to come back kind of croaky, very weak, cutting in and out. I still feel like it's kind of weak. I still have to clear my throat a lot. It's still not quite back to normal. And I still have the cough that kind of catches me off guard every once in a while. But anyways, instead of doing my entire week of WoW, this time I have condensed it all into one video. Now, I've never done something like this before. I have absolutely no idea how this will turn out, how long the video will be, what to really expect. But we're just going to kind of go for it, I think. So starting off with Create a Sim, I don't like the Create a Sim of this pack. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm not a huge fan of any of the items. I found as I was going through the items that I was actually getting really frustrated because I felt like a lot of the items we were seeing are super similar to items we already have. I didn't feel like there was much of a unique style to this Create a Sim, and even if I still didn't like whatever style was used, I still can appreciate when a pack comes with a more particular style. But it just felt like so many items look like things we have from other packs. Like, I'm literally clicking through all these objects. I'm like, oh, that looks like something from high school years. Oh, this looks like something from one of the kits. Oh, this looks like something from, and I just felt like it was lacking a lot of, originality, a lot of uniqueness. I don't like the hairs. I highly doubt I will ever gravitate towards the hairs that come with this pack. I think there were a couple of them that most of the hairs were, I think all of them actually were converted for both masculine and feminine Sims, and there were a few that I preferred more on the masculine Sims, like the shorter haircuts, that I'm like, they're okay. I might use them every once in a while. I use my current household Sims to look at the tattoos here whenever we get to that, and I gave the husband a hair from the pack. It's like, I'll try it, sure. Well, actually, did I? I think I did. Now I'm doubting myself. I might not have. I don't know. But I just I wasn't feeling the hair. I wish we had more accessories. I liked the masculine Create a Sim items more than the feminine Sims. I I could see myself using a couple of those items. I really, really liked the look of the tucked in t-shirt for masculine Sims. I thought that looked really nice. And that's totally the type of style I prefer, just super casual, like tucked into your jeans. Like that's how I wear my t-shirts. I will tuck them into the front of my jeans, like right at my hip bones, then I tuck in everything in between. Like, it's how I've worn my shirts for years. Like, I'm like, oh, that's so my style. Let's see. I took notes. I also felt like there were quite a few items where the textures looked really weird. And I don't really know what else to say beyond that. I just felt like the textures on some of the items just looked off. It just looked weird, odd. I don't know how else to say it without sounding super repetitive. I was really happy to see, though, that there's a masculine shirt that has like a fanny pack across the chest, and the fanny pack is 3D. It's not flat. I was really concerned when I first saw it in the columns. I was like, oh, please tell me they gave that some kind of form, some kind of shape. Please tell me it's not flat. And it wasn't flat. I was like, yeah. I was so excited. There's something else I wanted to say. Oh, this probably comes as no shock to anyone. I was really disappointed with the amount of kids' clothes we got. Like, I really liked what we did get for the children. We got like 2 or 3 like outfits for toddlers. We got like 2 or 3 outfits for infants. And I know that you can't really do a whole lot infant hair-wise. Like, I guess I could even understand not giving, like, hardly anything for infants. But I still just feel like we've had toddlers in the game for how long? And, like, this isn't even a pack that you can't have, like, is not child-friendly. Like, Lovestruck was not for children. It was for your Sims looking to find love one way or another. So, like, I guess I could see not really putting any child, like, outfit, clothing, any of that stuff in the game. Like, I can, I guess, forgive that. But I feel like this, when you can basically set up, I know that, like, you try to make a daycare and the daycare doesn't really work. So I know that, like, it doesn't really work how you would hope. But, like, there's still places, like, businesses you can make specifically for kids, targeted towards kids, even towards toddlers, even towards infants. So I would have that expectation that there would be children, toddler, possibly even infant. There would be a decent amount of items for them in cast too, and I just feel like they are so often overlooked. And it really bugs me. So, yeah. Of course, they gave us, like, all of the hairs. And what do I like the least? All of the hairs. Anyways. Yeah. So, that was Cass. And let's talk about the tattoos for a moment. Okay. I think the tattoos are probably one of my favorite features. No. The tattoos are my favorite feature of this pack. I love the amount of creativity that the tattoos now have afforded us. Instead of giving us, set tattoos in set places and set colors, we now have a lot more freedom with that. And I for one, I'm a huge fan of the tattoos. Like, in my current household, like, if I wanted to explore the businesses and hobbies with my current household, like the current generation right now. But if I wasn't, like, doing this generation with the entire point of kind of exploring businesses and hobbies, my Sims probably wouldn't have tattoos. Like, that's just, they don't really, like, how do I put this? Like, I mean, he gives off kind of, like, nerdy vibes. And I'm not saying nerds can't have tattoos. That's not what I'm saying. But I just, like, I probably wouldn't have given him tattoos if I wasn't wanting to explore the tattoo skill and try and deep dive a little more into businesses and hobbies. But I now want to give all of my Sims tattoos just because I love seeing all the different designs, the different colors, all the creativity, all everything. I just love it so much. I'm like, this is so cool. Like, this is so pretty. I love how this looks. And then if you go on the gallery, there's actually, off to the left there, I'm talking with my hands and you can't even see me. I feel ridiculous. Off to the side, there's all households, lots, rooms, and now there's a category for tattoos. And you can custom download tattoos to put on your Sims from the gallery. And I spent so much time scrolling the gallery looking at tattoos. And there's so many being uploaded all the time. However, I'm hoping it's just a bug of some sort. When my current household heir was born, I had got into Cass while she was still living at home with her family before I moved her out to go start her own life. I'm giving her young adult makeover, and I'm like, oh, I should give her some tattoos. I still kind of want to play around with that. So I'd gone into the tattoos. I downloaded 2 of them off the gallery. I had one that was around her forearm and one that was kind of around her knee, which, okay, I don't have tattoos, but I feel like a knee tattoo would be really painful. Anyways, I downloaded these 2 and then she had one in the middle of her back. I move her out of her parents' household. I move her into her own household with her boyfriend at the time, and all of her tattoos disappeared. And I had been, I haven't been saving the tattoos because I'm that'll fill up my library so fast. But I'm well, great, now I can't find these tattoos. I have no idea even where to begin looking for them. I don't remember how they were tagged, how they were labeled, what they were listed as. I just know I was scrolling for forever on the gallery, and I found a couple I really liked, and I put them on the sim. So I haven't had that happen again since then, knock on wood. But it was really frustrating to load into the save, and I'm playing with the sim for a little bit. It's not even been a full day in game, and I noticed her tattoos are gone. I was pretty upset, but other than that, I really like the tattoos. So when we move on to build by mode, I really like build by mode. Pop up my finger. I think that sometimes the unfortunate thing is the Sims will try to maybe put 2 separate styles into a pack, and then this 2 styles completely clash. They don't go well together, and you just end up with kind of I don't even know, just a conglomeration of mismatched items. And I feel like we didn't have that issue with this pack. I think a lot of the items in this are really nice, look really nice quality. I really like the color swatches. I feel like they all go together really well. I was a little disappointed that there wasn't much homey stuff, if you want to say that. I know it gets kind of difficult when you have a pack that, again, this is giving you the option to now open and run your own business, which, when I think about it, I feel like this almost could have been included with get to work, or have maybe not have done the retail stores. I don't know. That's a whole different thing though. But when you're trying to give all these different items to go with the candy store and the tattooing and the pottery shops, I feel like that does take away quite a bit from some of the more everyday type use items, which always kind of bums me out, even though I'm fully aware that the whole point of the pack is to run your own business, so you need said items to run your own business. But I don't know, it makes me really sad when I don't have new bathroom items and I don't have a new kitchen set, and it only came with 1 bed. I guess I just hoped for a little more, again, for that everyday gameplay type. I don't know, because I'm not going to open a business and every single, save I play. Actually, I feel like I will very rarely use running my own business, and I'll touch on that a bit more when we get to that point. Yeah, it was very cohesive, good swatches. I really like how they do the signs. So you they give you like 3 different types of signs, like one that will like stand out away from the building that like you would put next to a door, so it's like perpendicular to the building. They have one that you would put on the wall outside of your building, and then in different sizes. So there's just like a single tile, then there's like a 3 or 4 tile wide, and then there's these little logos that you can put into the signs. And the logos match with the logo presets available with your career. So like whatever logo you chose for your career in like the business panel, those are the same options available for your signs, which I think is really nice. You can have, for like the perpendicular sign, you can have 2 different logos on either side too, which I think is pretty cool. And you can fit numerous of the little logos in like the 3 tile wide sign. So I think that was a really nice touch. I will say I didn't love the wallpaper. I felt like the wallpaper was pretty bland. But I do like the new staircases. They give us these like floating stairs that are only like one-sided, and I think that was, I don't really understand like what the thought process was behind doing that, but I think they look pretty nice. I love the wood, swatch they gave us. I'm pretty sure they only gave us 1 swatch. I tried really hard to make sure I went through everything. I'm normally pretty bad about skipping through by accident all the stuff in buy mode. So, sorry, like if there's any foliage, if there's new stairs, if there's new banisters, if there's new columns, if like it's never my intention to skip stuff, but I feel like that ends up happening, that I'll be like, oh, we've seen everything, because it's all the stuff that was listed in buy mode, so that must mean that's all of it. Yeah, I don't know, I was a lot more impressed with the build buy compared to the CAS. Moving on to the town of Nordhaven, I don't know, I feel like for the most part I really like the world. I was kind of disappointed to see it was only 2 neighborhoods, but it still has 12 lots. I like, let me just read the notes instead of trying to freehand this. Let's see, I think the world is really pretty. I really like the layout of it. I really like the style. I like all the colors. And I've said this before as well. I really, like, this world really reminds me of Aurora Skies, the Sims, like, store content world from The Sims 3. Like, I just get such Aurora Skies vibes from this world, which is not a bad thing. I love Aurora Skies. I do feel like a lot of the lots and the styles of this world are very industrial, which kind of caught me off guard. It wasn't really what I was expecting. The houses I do think are a little odd shaped, very, honestly, kind of plain and boxy from the outside. And that's kind of just more of a personal preference on my end. I think boxy houses are really boring, but I mean, how much time do you really spend looking at the outside of a house? I think a lot of the lots were really nicely furnished. I was really impressed with the lounge, which is actually the last lot we look at here. I think some of the nicer towny homes were really nice. There was like a starter home that I wasn't super impressed with. And then there's this like, it looks like an old building, then had some kind of like renovation modern section added onto it. Kind of looks like a art museum type thing, and I thought that was really poorly decorated. It just looked really sparse, really boring, really empty. So I was not impressed with that lot at all. The homes honestly kind of reminded me a little bit of Eco Lifestyle too. Just a lot of like very light and airy for the most part. And like I don't know, it reminds me a lot of the lots I see with like Eco Lifestyle type furnishings when people build Eco Lifestyle homes. That like that's kind of the vibe that they go for. And I this next point is more so the business side of things, which I will go over here in a second. I am extremely frustrated with the fact that there are like people, like there are Sims in the world that like live on the residential and business lots with the intention of like clearly having a business, but the business isn't set up, the business isn't running. Like you can't just show up to the lot and ask for a tattoo or buy pottery or do whatever. And just like, I don't know, that idea that you have to go in and set up the business yourself in order to be able to use it really upsets me. I've already done pretty much most of my pre-recording for the next couple of weeks, and like I tried to have my Sims go to a pizza joint that I placed, and I had to go in and set the business up, and it still wasn't really wanting to function like it should, and I just feel like that whole process is not super smooth. It's pretty aggravating at points. But we're focusing on the world. It's a really pretty world. I don't know how often I will play in this world, just because I feel like a lot of the lots are like smack dab in the middle of the world. Like they're just smack dab in the middle of different areas that I don't know that the houses I typically play in would fit in the neighborhood. I would like to play in Nordhaven. I don't know, like knowing the types of houses that I have my Sims live in, I just feel like the houses would stick out like a sore thumb, and I'm like, this looks ridiculous. But other than that, I'm pretty happy. Alright, so if we actually take a look at the business, like running a business side of things, I just realized I don't even have a little logo of my sign here that I was just talking about. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop a logo in. I need the tattoo one. But what I'm actually gonna do is on the other side, I want something cafe-ish. Oop. Sorry, that's not what I wanted. Actually, this works. This is the lot I'm using, by the way. So it's a tattoo parlor and it's a bakery. So this is the tattoo parlor. This building back here is a bakery. So the tattoo parlor is already a business. It has already been opened. It has already been run. It is owned by my Sim Jex here. No, this is what I wanted. So it's almost a 2-star business. The thing is, I have not done anything with like alignment. Maybe it's just because I haven't been playing long enough. I've been playing the save for about a week and a half. Now, the thing is, you have to manually open your business, which like I can see why it was done this way, but at the same time, it's kind of annoying. The whole point of my current households is usually to have kids and have like a nice family. Well, not always a nice family, but have a family. And that isn't something I've found is easy to do when I'm running the business. I mean, my Sims have only recently had their first kid, but like it's been really I have found it really difficult to have them at home trying to have a family life. Like they have a garden. They have like it's a 3-story home. I think it's there's technically like an attic, but it's a pretty big house. Like they have to take care of their needs. I don't want them eating out of like the mini fridge or, vending machines or whatever all the time. And when you don't have like a set, like open at 8 o'clock and like maybe even giving you the option of, would you like to leave for work today? Or like join the sim or like send the sim, and then like even having the option of like maybe joining them later. Like I feel like that would be a lot better, because like my sims will get up, let's say it's like 7 a.m. but I still have to get them showered. I have to make sure they eat, take care of the infant, do whatever with the garden. If I didn't get it done the day before, and by the time I get everything done and I'm ready to go to work, it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, if not later. Or if I somehow manage to get like basic needs taken care of and I get my sims to the lot to work, it is really, like, I find it hard to find a good stopping point to close the business and send my sims back home to take care of themselves. If I have them go to work, it is almost a guarantee they're on the lot until like 11 p.m. And so it's maybe a little too realistic trying to find that work-life balance. It's very hard to juggle the two. Not to mention the fact that you have to pay an opening fee every day. That kind of annoys me. I'm not gonna lie. So like, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna actually put my earbuds in so I can hear what's going on. So my place is called Tattoos and Tarts, as you can see, because I originally opened it with the intention of it being one cohesive business. But I have found that the bakery side is a lot more popular than my tattoo side. And I also I find it again hard to juggle the two and have them both going at the same time. Where'd this book come from? So I'm gonna go ahead and open. I'm gonna pay this silly open fee. You're like, any sim that shows up will check in. You can set if it's a one-time entrance fee, so like they show up, they pay when they check in, or if they have to pay for every hour they're here. I kind of want to change it to a recurring hourly fee, because sometimes I have sims that just show up and hang out. You can set a price modifier, so it does, there was at one point it encouraged me to do like a clearance day. So I mean, it's just what it looks like, tattoos will be half off, tattoos will be 25% off. They're, we raise the price 50% or 100%. This doesn't have any, like, this doesn't actually function. But like, I'll have sims that sit out here, or tend to the table. If I have Jex back there tattooing, they'll just come stand here. So he just kind of hangs around until someone shows up. My sign has eyes open, meaning that it's open. And then usually I'll send my sim Hana back here to tend the coffee bar. It doesn't quite work how I want with like having like items in the display case. But that's because I don't have anyone else hired. And the only two people I have working are these two. So that's another thing. You will hire people you know. You will ask them to work for you. You have to know them first. It'll tell you how long you've been open for the day. At the end of the day, when like you close the business, it'll show you how much money you made, what the money came from, and then it'll take away any like fees for the day. You can manage employees. This is where you hire. See, like I've done nothing with this, hence the pop-up. You can hire. You can manage what you want them doing. Again, I don't have any employees hired, but you could have them tending the tattoo table. You could have them working back here in the coffee booth. Being a barista, you can edit their uniforms, see how much money you're making or losing, or you can sell the business. Now, Jex is the only one that technically owns the business. Hana doesn't have anything here, nothing to do with her. However, Jex does have the option to pass the business along, like either leave it behind for Hana or their children, or he can sell it. And right now we'd get 450 simoleons for it, which I feel like is pretty cheap because this is a pretty nice lot. So what I actually want to try is to see, I want to see if Hana can register a second business over here. Now, I ran into some frustrations. When I go to the home lot, I do not want to have anything to do with Neighborhood Brawl right now. Do I have anyone? Oh, I have some people. I have someone. Okay. I'm just going to flip the name around. So, it's a cafe. I don't have anything for them to buy at the moment, but eventually I would like for her to have food. But this is what I find really frustrating. Is that when I initially registered the business... Oh, I just realized you're looking at full screen, sorry. When I initially registered the business, it set my home lot as the business, not the lot I actually wanted the business to be on. And it was pretty glitchy trying to get it changed over to like the specific, like to the venue lot, not to my residential lot, which was really annoying. But yeah, it's assigned to this lot. And then you can, again, choose if it's an hourly fee, if it's a one-time fee, if you want to put a price modifier on it, and if you want to choose a target customer. So this is what I was kind of talking about during CAS earlier, is that, like, why would you have it be something that, well, I guess this doesn't really show it, but, like, there you go. Why would you have it where you can have the infant, toddler, child come, you can have the caregiver leave them or stay, but there's like nothing for them outside of a swing set and a handful of CAS items. Like, again, really bugs me. Anyways, you can have it to where you would prefer that, like, only old people come or only adults come, or you can have it required. So if they are not whatever you've selected, they can't come in. You can choose a preferred career. If I don't see what this would have to do unless you're trying to make, you know, like a woohoo club or something. But like if they're married, not married, what is their financial status like? What kind of traits do they have? Skills? Are they in a cult? Are they a celebrity? I tend not to set this just based on my own preference. I just kind of leave it up to as like a free-for-all. Just let anybody come in that wants to come in. So, oh, I didn't change my... Aww. I didn't change my logo. I want this one. Okay, so you can't have two... No, you can't. Okay. No, Jex does not own this. Hana does. Hoo-hoo. Okay, so if you can't have two businesses open on the same lot at once, which for the sake of like things possibly getting too hectic, I can understand. But at the same time, anyways, so I have a sim over here signing in, and sometimes they will come right up to you and be like, okay, I want a tattoo. I have found more often than not, they don't do that. Instead, I normally have Jex go up and offer a tattoo service. So you can offer a tattoo, which will not take you into Create a Sim and will show you all of like the preset tattoos we had basically prior to the pack. And you get to choose. Now, there's kind of like a gray area here because sometimes the sim will react really well to the most like random tattoo, and other times they react very poorly. But I'm not given any kind of, I would prefer a forearm tattoo. I would prefer an ankle tattoo. I would prefer something blue. I would prefer something floral. I would prefer, like, there's no preference here. And it's really difficult to basically predict what they want, because even if they come up to you and like they want, like they are the ones that start the interaction, like they come up and are like, I want a tattoo, it again just pops you into that menu but doesn't give you any further guidelines, and then you have the risk of either making them really happy or really upsetting them. So then you have custom tattoos, and this is when it takes you into the paint mode where you can give them a custom tattoo. This is the dedication tattoo. You dedicate it to a sim or a pet. You don't enter create a sim, you do. Okay, so if I do this, like I would choose someone that she knows. I would choose the sim it's dedicated to. I don't know if this gives you like a specific mood buff, because I've gotten all my tattoos out of create a sim and not by the table. So I'm not 100% sure there. But again, my sim normally has to go and ask or like offer the tattoo. And then if it's a tattoo, say they don't like, it's normally when I'll follow it up with offer a tattoo removal. Which you can do. But I haven't, like, I don't know if there's like a buff for that. You can do butchered tattoos, like if your sim has a really low skill level, the tattoo has a higher chance of going poorly and being not what the person wanted and coming out pretty ugly. I think it's a pretty cool skill, and your sim can practice tattooing on another sim, and it is just like it still looks like they're tattooing, but it's tattooing with like that purple, I don't have tattoos, I don't know what it's called, but like that purple temporary dye stuff that like they'll use with stencils, like, and then that stuff goes away as soon as you're done practicing. Your sims can show off tattoos. They can ask other sims to show off tattoos. There's also, using a feature that's really similar to For Rent, there's this, like the outlines. I fear these might be slightly broken. I will go into lots that don't have anything to do with being a residential venue or whatever it's called, like where you can have both the home lot and the business lot on the same lot, like what is that called? I can't look at it because we're open right now. But like, anyways, like a business / residential lot. It'll be a plain residential lot and these outlines pop up. Which, yeah, okay, you just go up and turn them off. I get it. But it's still kind of annoying to go in and be like, why are these here? I don't need these. I'm not doing anything with For Rent, like with a rental lot. And I'm not doing anything with a business lot. So why are these on? And it's actually caused some issues for me with For Rent. I was the other day trying to move a sim into a condo, I guess you could call it, and it was not allowing me to like make the different like apartments or whatever, so that like this is, apartment A, and this is apartment B, and this is apartment C, and this is like the shared space. Like, it wasn't letting me do that at all. And I ended up I ended up downloading a different lot, but it kept, like, my game was repeatedly crashing. It wasn't doing like anything I asked in build by mode. And maybe it was the lot itself, because again, I went and placed an apartment building, and it worked fine there, but I was not having that issue before the pack, so part of me believes that it's because of the pack, but anyway. So I'm gonna go offer this sim a tattoo. And I just go like this. Here, have a sunshine on your ankle. You won't even see it because of your rain boots, but why are we cleaning? No, I don't. I don't care about you being attracted to Sims. Flavorize. I have no idea what that means. I don't think I've ever actually used this item back here. Let's go make some hollow and we'll put it out on the... So anyways, he'll be back here doing the tattoo. The sim will remove whatever clothing item they need to for him to be able to access where the and he's tattooing on her knee, even though it's technically her ankle, but it's the lower half of her body. So she changed into something that covers the upper half of her body. So we've got Sims that I think have been on the lot for a little while, and that's why I keep getting occasional money. But see, like, he didn't ask for a tattoo, he just came in and stood there, left. This sim has been in numerous times and just sits on the couch. So, like, okay, I'm gonna put this in my display case. There you go. Oh, I'm just gonna put the vacuum in there. Okay, go ahead and tend the coffee bar. So even though it's technically working for Jex right now. Okay, so we'll see what she said. Are you, see, she didn't like it. Are you serious? I'd rather cuddle with a rodent fever infested hamster than let you tattoo me again. I hope you didn't expect to get paid for this crap. So like oh. Okay, that's because he butchered the tattoo. My dude, what did you do? Okay, you could also do a touch-up. We're gonna offer tattoo removal. I would be pretty pissed with you too, to be honest. I don't know what you were thinking, or like why you did this, but that's awful. And but see, like that's even crazy because he's at level 8, and that happened. What did I just hear? Is it this thing? Oh, it is. See, the cafe gets really busy. Like she stacks way up. I'm glad she does it autonomously though. Let's go give a friendly introduction to Angela here. And then we'll go ahead and I'm gonna offer her a tattoo, and I'm just gonna, because again they gave me no specifications. Oh, you want a huge tiger on your back? Sure, let's do that. Oh, he's gonna pee himself. I'm gonna fix that. He's calling. Thanks. I don't know who you were, but thanks. See, like we're making a lot of money. I know, I'm sorry you're leaking and I didn't bring your stuff with me. I didn't bring your pumps. Okay, did she say anything? Nope, no comment. But seemed okay with it, so. Oh well. Anyway, so like, this is basically, who knocked over my trash can? But yeah, I don't have Sims that come up and ask me to tattoo them. I have to go to them and be like, hey, you want a tattoo? So, I don't know. I don't mind it, but I don't love how it works either. And it's, again, like I've said a couple times, it's not something I intend on doing a lot with. I'm not sure how profitable it is long term, like if this is something that you could really make a lot of money from. Like I'm sure you could probably make some decent money if you modified the price, made it really expensive, but then you risk having like people that don't want to come in. Maybe pottery is more the route to go, that you could sell things for, you know, more money. Who's calling you now? I don't care. I don't know. I'm just kind of neutral about it. So, what else? Is there anything? It never fails that after I end the video, I'm like, oh my gosh, I should have shown off this, this, and this, and this. But now I can't think of anything, so I'm gonna call it good for the business aspect. Woo! Alright, so I think we've kind of reached that point where I now go over like final thoughts, final feelings, overall review of the pack. So I'm just gonna kind of break it down how I typically do on my last day of a week of WoW. So starting with Create a Sim, I don't like it. Don't like it. Not a fan. Don't really see myself using like anything from the pack. I was not impressed. It just, to me, there's too many items that look too similar from things we already have. The textures, to me, were very off on a lot of items. I really had hoped for more content for children, toddler Sims, seeing as how this is not the typical, well, this is really only aimed at, adults, packs that I feel like we've gotten a lot of lately. And like, granted, it's not exactly a family pack either, but like, I just wish there was more stuff for kids. So Cass is a no-go for me. The only saving grace is the tattoos. The tattoos, my favorite part of this pack. Hands down, love them. I think it's a really cool idea. I think that it was executed really well. I really like the tattoos when they stay on the Sims. That whole disappearing off the Sims thing, not so cool. But when it stays on the Sims like it's supposed to, I like it. So like that if I were asked would I recommend this pack based solely on Create a Sim, I don't know what I would say, because like I would be like, yes, get the tattoos. But at the same time, the cast stinks. Like I would probably still say, yeah, go for it to give you the tattoo feature. But I would not tell you to go for it based solely on the clothing items alone. Like, if the tattoos was not a part of it, I would say absolutely not. Steer clear. Then moving on to build buy. Again, I really liked the buy mode items. Specifically, like, they were very cohesive. They went together really well. I loved the swatches. I like how it looks. Still kind of sad we didn't get enough to like fully furnish like a simple home. You would still have to rely pretty heavily on base game if you wanted to make a functional home, but I like the items we got. I think they look really nice. I think they look really clean. I think they look really well made. Build mode, I was just kind of meh. I like the floor. We have like a new wood flooring. I think looks really nice. I don't really love the wallpaper, but like, I don't know. I don't build nearly enough in The Sims to really care one way or another for like this, like specifically build mode. But I do really like the buy mode stuff. Then there's the world. I like Nordhaven. I think it's really pretty. I love just like it. I feel kind of nostalgic with it. That again, I feel like it's very similar to Aurora Skies. I love Aurora Skies from The Sims 3. I think most of the lots are furnished pretty nicely. I like this like industrial look. Some of the lots not so much. Again, I didn't really like whatever that art studio was with like the old fashioned, like the old building on the one side with the modern addition next to it. Like, I don't know exactly what that lot is, but wasn't a huge fan. Ooh, it's foggy. And it still really does bother me that you have all these businesses placed, but then the businesses don't seem to function unless you go in and set them up. And I don't know if that's something I've possibly done wrong on my end. I don't know. I just feel like the whole like placing of businesses takes a little more effort, honestly, than I would prefer to be able to get them up and running. Because sometimes I just want to be able to place the business and have it be set up and running so that I can, take my sim to visit the business, rather than having to worry about, okay, do I have a sim placed in the world or on the lot that can now run the business and it now has it all set up? like, I feel like, and maybe this is just me being lazy, but like I feel like that's asking a lot just to place a business, because I want my sim to go buy some pottery or get a tattoo or whatever business you want to make. I don't know. But if you were to ask me would I recommend this pack based on the build, buy, and the world, I'd probably say yeah. Again, for the most part, I liked it. I wouldn't say I was blown away, but I liked it. Then we move on to the gameplay. Now, I did not showcase like attending a class, or like the mentoring, or like that side of things, like going to the pop-ups hobby day or whatever it's called that they have in Nordhaven and like the different areas, because they have an area for those in each neighborhood, which is a nice touch. And I do really appreciate that they let you pick if you want any like pop-up notifications, because the amount of notifications we get with like all of the packs is absolutely ridiculous. Like, if I could turn off notifications from like the different events that happen throughout the week, I would in a heartbeat. They drive me up the wall. So the fact that we can choose which events we want to be notified, I think was a really nice touch. I don't know. To me, the whole mentoring thing wasn't like a huge deal for me. I know that it helps like Sims raise skill faster. It could be a pretty decent way to make some money. I just didn't find it super like, whoa. So I don't know. It wasn't my priority to show off. We did take a look at, however, running a business and even trying to set up a business, which did kind of backfire, but I wasn't 100% sure because I hadn't even tried to have two businesses open and running on the same lot. You cannot do that, by the way. You can only have one business open at a time. Again, I did run into some issues with trying to open the business that wasn't on my home lot. It's almost like that's kind of what the game expects for you to do, is to live on the same lot as your business. And when trying to open a business that is not on your home lot, it got pretty aggravating trying to get that all switched over, which again, I don't know if that's just my stupidity. Like, I don't know. I'm feeling kind of meh, kind of neutral about the whole running your own business. It's not a feature I see myself using a whole lot of, which does suck, seeing as how like that's the whole point of the pack. I wasn't blown away by it. There were quite a few things about it I found more annoying than useful. I still really wish that there was you had the ability to like set business hours, or like you could have the option to be like, no, I'll just open it when I want, instead of, setting, oh no, this business is open from 9 to 5 every day, or this many days of the week, or every other day, or what. I wish we had more on that, because like I was saying, sometimes it's really hard to get my Sims taken care of and to work, especially when like my priority is for them to have a home life and be with family and have a family and like be with each other, when I have to worry about, oh my gosh, what time is it? I haven't made it to work yet. I make it to work. I'm open for forever. Like it's really difficult to juggle playing with a business if it is not your entire priority to run the business. Like if you are wanting to have a family, if you're wanting your sim to be able to do other things, I think it's really hard trying to juggle that. There's something else I was gonna say, and now I don't remember what it was. Gosh dang it. It came to me while I was talking and now I've already forgotten. That's really gonna bug me. Okay, anyways. I will very rarely own my own business. And that's just how it is. Like, if this is like what you want to do, if like you, I almost had it. It was starting to come back to me. And now it's gone again. If this is what you want to do, like, you want your sim to be able to, like, sell all these things, or run the tattoo shop, or it has something to do with the tattooing. I can't let it go. It has completely distracted me. It has all of my attention. Oh my goodness. Oh, I need specifics for what a sim who has requested a tattoo wants. I do not like that they just show up and either request a tattoo, or you have to chase them down and be like, hey, you want a tattoo? But that they don't tell you, like, yes. Like, I want some kind of specifics. Almost like with Dream Home Decorator, they're like, yeah, well, I like or I don't like these colors. I like or I don't like these styles. I would really appreciate having something like that. I like or I don't like floral. I like or I don't like blue tattoos. I like or I don't like tattoos with writing. I don't know. Like, I wish there was more of a guideline there. That's what I was gonna say. I got it. It came to me eventually. So I don't know. I was not nearly blown away by the whole business side of the pack. I don't think it runs as smoothly as it should. I don't know. Like, I feel like it has the potential to be really cool if, like, it's manageable and it's working like it should, and you're getting to do exactly what you were looking to do. But I guess I had some higher hopes for it and felt a little let down with just how it played. So, I mean, that's about it. I don't know what else to say. So, I guess overall, I would probably wait for this pack to go on sale. I don't know that I love it. It would not be one of my first packs to recommend, especially, like, well aware that what I'm going to be using the most. Is that Sim wearing a shirt? I think she was only in a bra. Especially being well aware of the fact that the only part of this pack that I intend on using frequently is the tattoos. I will not be using a lot of the casts. I will not be going out of my way to make a business. I will not be running a business a whole lot. Like, it's going to be a very rare occurrence that I do so. Like, it's not my priority. It's not what I'd like to do in my games. It's not what I want to do, what I try to do. Like, for me, it's just kind of like, oh yeah, this is nice to do, like, play with occasionally. But this is not something that, like, I would turn around and spend another $40 on tomorrow. So that's how I feel. That's how I feel. That's what you get. Like, if you're on the fence about this pack, like, I don't hope to dash anyone's dreams or hopes about it, but, like, maybe that might help you kind of decide. Like, maybe if you're more of a family, like, having a family type player like I am. I don't know. But I think that will do it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I do have my gaming channel and my Twitter, both linked down in the description below. If you'd like to check either of those things out, I would greatly appreciate it. And let me know, like, if you prefer me doing Week of WoW, like, one day at a time, or if maybe you liked this type of video where it's all rolled into one. I'd be really curious to know what you think. So, and I also would like to know what you guys think about the pack itself. Like, are you all over it? Like, are you like, this is the best thing since sliced bread? Or do you maybe feel like me, where you just kind of like, meh? Or did you, like, absolutely hate it? You're like, this was awful. This is not what I wanted. This is, like, why do we have this? Like, I'd be really interested to know. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.